joys of what will come. I have made the choice of thinking bigger.
Up with the moves, don't wanna meditate. Girl, with you it's hard. Fill in the blanks, text me back, throw me a kiss instead of them tricks. Don't make it hard. I wanna celebrate, you know. Our togetherness, both mind and flesh. Only we know how it goes. We know how it goes, our togetherness, both mind and flesh. We know how it goes, way down low. I don't wanna push and pull, girl, come on, follow me once. Oh, I don't play rough. You know where you got me around your little pinky, and nothing to ask, nothing. Damn, this crush is hard. I wanna celebrate, you know. All right, together.
Hello, everybody. It's a fresh week. Happy Monday. Lynn Clementi Hicks coming to you live from my studio, my room. I'm trying to figure out why I can't see. I see Kelly chatting with me in the Facebook, and I see Marcus saying hi. Marcus, I got. Ooh, that's not right either. Look at this. What's that timer doing there? Middle of my face. Get out of here, timer. Alrighty. So that's a great start. I just want to say thank you for hanging out. Kelly, are you back from your trip? So confused why this isn't working. I think that you came back. All right. Mom and Dad are on the... Oh, here we go again. Oh, Lenny. Oh, Lenny. Real professional start here. That's okay. Let's try one more time. Fresh start. There we go. Mom and Dad say hi. And Marcus says hi. And I still am unable to see the other Kellys. So if you're on Facebook today, don't worry. I can see you. I just can't pull your comments up at the moment. I don't know why. It doesn't matter. All right. Let's get into this. I'm feeling fine. We are waiting for the call to say, guys, you're triggering and egg retrieval is coming back. Ah, look at this. Kelly, you fixed it somehow by commenting. Thank you. I'm glad you're back. I missed you. Quick shout out. I really messed up last Monday. It was my best friend's birthday and I didn't say anything on my live stream. Now, to be fair, I am horrible about birthdays. I don't even try anymore because I'm like, if I feel bad if I get a few people's birthdays and not everybody else's, and somebody notices, like, why'd you say happy birthday to them but not me? I don't think anyone would really do that. But anyway, I just not good with birthdays. Kelly, on the other hand, is. So when it is her birthday, I try to be really good about it. And I'm sorry, Kelly. I messed up. So I want to give you a really big happy birthday shout out today, which is 1 week late, but well deserved. It is 1 week. And I realized just today, like today is the halfway point between two of my sister's birthdays. So Kelly, who's my sister-in-law and best friend, which is the best scenario ever. And then my real sister, it sounds weird, Kim, her birthday is on Sunday. So how fun is that? I'm like right in the middle of these two. We'll just knock this out. Happy birthday, Kim, because I probably will forget when we get there next week. So, hi. Okay. It's been a lot since I've seen you on Friday. That was a few days ago. I went in on Sunday, for another blood draw and ultrasound. And they're like, okay, you're really close, but we would really like to give a few more of these follicles a chance to turn. I guess they're still antrals until they're big enough. We want to give them some time to mature so that we can get an egg from them. Because they want them to be 14 millimeters, I think. And they were like 11s and 12s. And they're like, there's a bunch of them. We want to try and give them a little bit more time. But we've got a 20, a 19, and a 19. So if those get too big, then I think it kind of messes everything up. I think eggs just like spit out of them and then they can't retrieve them. So they're just very closely monitoring, which means I had to go back in today. So back-to-back days of blood draw and ultrasound. So I'm feeling a little lightheaded from giving up all my blood. That's not true. But it is a lot of blood. It is invasive having a wand stuck up you every day. Not for pleasure. But we're looking good. And when the ultrasound tech did the scan this morning, she said, it looks like we're ready to go. They're going to give me a call, which unfortunately could happen in the middle of this. We'll see. We've been pretty lucky with that, actually. The calls have been coming after I do my live stream. But they're going to call and let me know the exact steps for triggering, which from what I understand then, and if it's anything like our IUI, though it would be different than IUI. So the trigger tells the eggs when to release. But I don't think we actually want to release them. I don't know what... This is when it would be really helpful to have a doctor on staff for my live stream. So we could just be like, hey, can you explain this, please? All right, guys. I would love to hear, while I'm rambling on, how you guys are doing. Are you enjoying the spring weather right now? There's like flowers and trees blooming everywhere. Tell me how it looks in your neighborhood. Having a hard time spitting out my words today. Don't mind me. What's it look like in your neighborhood? What are you enjoying the most over about the current spring weather? And while you type that in, let me know and share your beautiful views. Let's see, what else is there with the IVF? So there are pre-filled trigger shots that they gave me that are sitting in the refrigerator. They have to stay cold. And it's like when I did the IUI trigger, it was one shot, it was HCG, one syringe, that's it. This one has like, each envelope has, I think, multiple syringes in it, and I think they're going to tell me which ones to do. So it's a little bit more intense. They even gave me, and they put it on purple paper so that I wouldn't lose it. But they even have this where there are like 18 steps on here. So when they call me, I have to fill this sheet out, and they're like, it's just a lot easier for you to enter the numbers and or the instructions into these slots rather than trying to write it all down yourself. When you go through IVF, there are so many steps. There are so many very exact things that you need to do, and it's incredible that it works as often as it does, because there's so many things that can go wrong. Like on my first day when I took the wrong shot at the wrong time. And luckily that wasn't a big deal, but the one I'm doing right now at 10 p.m., they told me, they're like, you literally have to have exactly 24 hours. You can't like be an hour late on that one. You have to do it at the exact same time every day. I don't know how it can be so precise, but they warned me, and they looked at me in the eye and they're like, Lynn, it's very important that you do this at exactly 10 o'clock at night. Okay, I set an alarm on my phone, and the alarms have been very helpful. So that is a pro tip right there. If you are taking IVF treatments, please set some reminders for yourself. Marcus, it's cold where you're at. I'm sorry to hear that. It's kind of chilly here, but I wouldn't say it's cold. Where are you at, Marcus? I don't know what town you're in. Oh, yes, Kelly. Lots of blooms on the trees and the bulbs are coming up in the ground. Yep. That sounds so wonderful. Oh, Mom's got some spring cleaning today. Different daffodils. Oh, we have daffodils in our side garden and a bunch of pinwheels in front. And you received many comments on them. Yeah, your pinwheels are super cute. So for my mom's birthday this year, which she turned 60, her sister and then my sister went and surprised her for her birthday and put 60 pinwheels in the front lawn, but there was still snow in the ground, so they were just kind of like all stuck in the snow. It was really fun. Oh, Marcus. Ooh, how fun is this? You're in Switzerland? I don't think I knew that about you. Wow. Guys, Baby Talk's gone international. What's up? That's incredible. Baby Talk. Baby Talk, Baby Talk. Switzerland, is it ever warm there? I don't even know. I've never been to Switzerland. I've been to I've been to Germany, Austria, France, and the Netherlands, but I've never been to Switzerland. Maybe I will have to. Thank you guys for sharing your spring times with me. Okay. What else do I want to talk about? I have to look at my task list here. Okay, so I told you about so when we do, Marcus is like, of course it gets warm. What do I know? I don't know. Could be cold there all the time. I don't know. Now I know it's warm. So the next step is egg retrieval. So the triggering, and I think that what's going to happen is we're going to do the egg retrieval, I don't know, maybe on like 36 hours after I do the trigger shots. That's how it worked with IUI. So that would mean Wednesday morning I would go in. They put me under. They go in. It doesn't take very long, but it is very painful. And they go in with a needle, suck out my eggs, and then carefully go mix them in a dish. Not mix them, because actually what they're going to be doing is ICSI, which I don't know what ICSI stands for off the top of my head. Sorry, I'm not a professional. I'm just here telling you my experience. And they're going to put one of Bert's perfect sperms right into the egg so that there is a much better chance of fertilization. Now, I shared last week, and I don't know if you guys heard, but we are probably not going to be able to do a fresh transfer anymore because my progesterone levels are going up too high, and the progesterone hormone helps communicate to the uterus like what's going on. So if it's too high and that communication signal isn't good, then it's not going to increase. The chances of implantation are going to decrease. So we need everything to get balanced out. So I was kind of bummed about this because I was really looking forward to, by the end of April, hopefully knowing whether or not we're pregnant. But we have to wait 1 more month, most likely. And the good news is I went to my second IVF treatment, or not IVF, acupuncture on Saturday. And I shared with she's a fertility acupuncture specialist. So I shared with her about this, and she goes, this is actually a good thing because then your body can reset, and instead of having all the hormones from all those shots in your body when you're trying to get do implantation, we can actually reset your cycle so that everything is like natural. So she made me feel a lot better about it. Like that delay is actually maybe a good thing, something like yeah. I got some comments. Hey, Spark, where's your Litas from the past couple days? I saw the one from a tour over the weekend. I think it was Saturday, but anyway, good job, Spark. Piyush, hey, good morning from India. Holy cow, guys. International times 2, 3 if you include the United States. Look at us. We are talking about fertility all over the world now. That is crazy. It is a little stressful, Marcus, but the very, very, very important thing is when you're going through this is to not get stressed, because that stress can go through the body and cause a whole bunch of things to get messed up. So I've actually been very lucky. It's almost like the pandemic and my fertility journey kind of all worked out because I'm currently furloughed from my full-time job, and I'm able to really just focus on my journey and be healthy. So that's good. And it's also given me the opportunity to share my story on a live stream like this. So, yeah. Oh, snap. I like Snayo better. I'm not even gonna put your correction up there, Spark. Oh, Snayo. Oh, man. It's 11:41 p.m. here in Mumbai. I would be asleep already if it was 11:41 here. So that's thanks for staying up late with me. Oh, and that's weird because that's that half-hour thing. Kelly was telling us about that before. We were talking. She works with people in different countries. I think Germany and India, and how they have to schedule their meetings, so that it's like a fair schedule for everybody. And I don't think I knew about that half-hour difference thing. It's kind of bizarre. Fascinating stuff. Look at us learning about fertility and time travel. I'm sorry for my hair today, guys. This thing is sticking out over here. I keep seeing it in my confidence monitor, and it's just like, Lynn, fix me. Yeah. Oh, maybe Kelly, do you know Piyush? I'm just kidding. I know how many people there are in India. It would be a very small world if you guys knew each other. Okay, so I went to acupuncture. I have a story to tell you guys. Can I share something kind of vulnerable? When I was driving out to Schaumburg from Chicago, which is about a 50-minute drive all the way out to where I got acupuncture, there was a couple people on the overpass over the highway holding up a sign, and it really upset me. And they were, I guess, activists. I'm not entirely sure, but their agenda is like to stop abortion, which doesn't make sense to me, especially because it was two men holding up a sign that it's like stating, their opinion as a truth, which I have a really big problem with. I think that, and I've had a lot of time to think about this all day Saturday. I was really upset about all this, and I was, it's a horrible thing because I woke up in such a good mood, like so ready to tackle the day and everything. Went to acupuncture, and I just had this weighing on me, and I'm supposed to be laying there calm and like just focusing on my body, and I just like kept thinking about the anger that I had about this message, about two men telling women, what they can or can't do with their body. And it was just really upsetting to me. So I think this is something I kind of want to explore because I obviously got very passionate about it. Now, to be clear, I don't want to say that I'm, what my opinion is. My opinion on this is that there needs to be a conversation, and that people can't just be putting those kinds of things out there as something that they think is just going to influence people driving on the highway. If you're going to hold up a sign over the highway, put up a sign that says, hey, infertility affects 1 out of 7 couples. There you go. That's an important message. That's something that people need to know about, Oh my gosh. Oh, thank you, Piyush. I appreciate that. So a couple of things here. Marcus and Piyush are streamers. I haven't checked out their channels yet. I think Marcus is just getting started, which is really cool. Piyush, I've never looked at yours, but I'm definitely going to check it out. And thank you so much. My hair is not perfect. This, I had it up in a ponytail right before this, and so that's why it keeps sticking out, and it's going to be really distracting. Let's just do this. Let's just do this so I stop fussing with it. Now, guys, it's a hair channel. Here's how to do a ponytail. Gather it all in the back. You can see my gray patch at the top. Yes, thank you, Kelly. Yes. It's not a black or white position. 100%. It needs to be a conversation. There needs to be understanding about that. That is not a decision anybody takes lightly. To go and have an abortion, that is a very traumatic experience, no matter what the reason is that it needs to happen. And people don't realize that there are very medical reasons that it needs to happen sometimes. And it's never a light decision. And I was just so mad that it was, and I hated that, it was just two men up there saying this. And I'm like, what right do you have? I literally, if it didn't have an appointment that day, might have pulled over, tried to figure out how to get up to the overpass that they were on, and tried to have a conversation with them and go, why? Why are you doing this? What is your motive? And maybe I wouldn't have said motive. Maybe I wouldn't have approached it as such like a shaming, way. Maybe I would approach them and be like, I'd really like to have a conversation with you. I have questions. I'd like to know your perspective on this and why you're doing this. And then I want to share and then I want to ask some questions and see how you respond to them. So this is, so maybe I will, who knows? Maybe I will do my homework, really get my facts lined up, and my opinions and everything like that. And maybe I'll have that conversation, but I want it to be a conversation. I don't want it to be like someone's right and someone's wrong. All I want it to be is a non-political issue, because abortion shouldn't be a political issue. It is a health issue, and it should be something that is done, with your doctor, not with your politician. It just blows my mind. Yes. And do it when I'm not so angry. Exactly. So yeah, this is just an issue. So, okay, that's just one thing that happened on my way to acupuncture. Then I was listening to NPR, because that's what I listen to often in the car. And there was, no joke, they were talking about the kids on, sorry guys, this is a very like non-usual like topic day for me. I'm just putting it all out there because it's been on my mind. Yeah, well, I don't know, Kelly, because I haven't been driving very much, so maybe I just haven't noticed very much. Sometimes people just have happy signs on. They're like, honk if you're happy. That's fine. I'll honk if I am happy. I'm not going to honk if I'm not happy. Yeah. Yeah. And Marcus, you're probably right. The men with the sign are probably not interested in the conversation. I think so. But then they shouldn't be on the overpass, like spewing their opinion as a truth, because they need to be able to back that up. Yeah, they are kind of standing in a place where like nobody can touch them, right? Anyway, okay. So anyways, listening to the radio, and they were talking about the kids and the families on the border that are trying to come across the border from like Mexico into the United States, and how they were talking about how there's still something like 3,000 kids separated from their families, and another like 15,000 kids like in a system that are like in shelters and stuff like that. I had no idea it's still so many kids. Like, I thought that this thing like was going away, and it's not. And it was breaking my heart to hear how they separate the families and they're still not reunited. What happens to a child when they're not with their parents for just even a week or 2 weeks, right? These kids have been separated for months, and they're not getting the things that they need, the nurturing from family and parents and anybody really, like they're just there, and they're losing out on like extremely important developmental time in their childhood. And it really, really got me upset. I've had a passion for a long time, or a thought that I would like to foster children someday. And this really, just like was like a reminder of that. Like maybe this is something I should explore. And I know that it's a long process to get approved, not approved, but like go through all like the program and everything to like learn how to be a good foster parent, because it's not like they're just going to come to you without any issues. These kids that are coming to you in a foster program probably have had a traumatic experience early in life that can't be undone. So all you can do is try to show them a loving and caring and warm home, and hope that that's enough to help them, get through that trauma, get over that trauma. I know, Kelly, I know. As a parent with young kids, you just can't imagine. I know. That's what I was thinking too. For how hard I'm trying to have a baby, if somebody were to take it away from me. And like, I know the circumstance is different. These families are coming because they're trying to escape something horrible wherever they came from, right? And they get here and they're like, I'm just trying to do the best possible thing for my kid. That's not probably an easy decision either. And they're getting torn apart. Oh my God, I can't even imagine. Can't even. Some of those parents send their kids, just the kids, to try and, have a place, in a safe place. It's like this horrible place that we're in right now, I guess, and I don't know the circumstance of all of them, but they just send the kid in hopes that it's going to find a better life. Oh, I can't. Oh, my heart. Okay, then on NPR, there was another story about the guy who was saying how there's been a decline in babies in the United States, that fewer people are having babies. Like, hell yeah. Hey, this is me. That's me. Raise your hand. So in order for, like, I guess, everything to keep going the way that we are, like society to keep running, you know, like I guess we kind of need women. Each woman is supposed to be able to have, it's like 2.2 kids or something like that in order for it to keep up. I'm not entirely sure how it works, but they were like, there's going to be a huge shortage of people because there's going to be all these things that we create, and then eventually there's not going to be enough manpower. And I don't know, guys, I don't know the politics and how it's all, I'm not going to explain that or try to explain, but how they, you know, how, I don't know, there's unemployment now and stuff. You think, well, maybe, you know, fewer people means everybody has a job. I don't know how that works, but it's crazy. But it was very relatable, and it was very interesting to hear this person's perspective, because they were saying a lot of things that are very applicable to me, which is that people, the number one reason that people aren't having babies is because in the United States, it's very, very expensive. It's very expensive to actually have the baby, and then it's very expensive to raise that baby. So a lot of people are saying it's too much, and we're just going to choose not to have kids. And I think that I had that idea in my head for a long time, which is probably why I waited until after I was 35 to really decide to have a baby, or to try to have a baby. So anyway, it was a great story, and there was one more in there too, and I was like, wow, does NPR like know that I'm in the car right now, like listening and, you know, needing to hear all this. So anyway, I was very happy that these topics were being shared in a wider audience. And I also wanted to say that way back when I first started streaming a few months ago, I told you about Rod Gilbert. He's a comedian over in the UK, and he did an entire 1 hour special for the BBC about male factor infertility. And I couldn't get to it because it's on the BBC and it's not available in the United States. Well, guess what? I finally found it on YouTube. Somebody put it out there, the entire thing, and I watched it, and it's fantastic. And now I'm like, I just want to be an advocate for helping get the message out about infertility and male factor infertility and everything involved in it. So I don't know, maybe guys, maybe I am going to keep riding this and help educate. Kelly says, I've heard so many stories where couples foster children or adopt and naturally fall pregnant after years of trying. It's crazy because you stop trying. Yeah. And I heard that so many times over the past 2.5 years. It's like, just stop trying and then it'll happen. But yeah, people take the pressure off, they relax a little bit, and then they're able to get pregnant. Absolutely. Thanks, guys, for listening to all my political views on babies today. I appreciate it. And I know that they're not, a super strong stance on anything yet, but I think that these are topics that that we should be talking about. So, oh, gosh, I can breathe again now. I thought about, like, in the moment when everything was happening on Saturday, I'm like, should I just go live now and like share this? I'm like, no, it's not well thought out. And I'm like, and then when I had some time, some separation from it, like, should I not talk about any of this? I'd love your feedback. Are these things, guys, that we should be talking about it? Is me talking about it helpful to you or at all? I don't know. Like, let me know what you think. I have a very small channel, obviously. I'm still growing a lot. I don't have a huge audience that I'm like, go spread the word. But is this helpful to you on a personal level? I'd love to know. Spark saying, I tell women and men what to do with their bodies. It mostly involves hug me. That's true. I do know this about Spark. Spark, I love how encouraging you are for people to be flirty in your audience. So Spark does stand up. He also does live streams and comedy Zoom nights, which is great, and Twitch, but comedy nights too, a show that he's been producing for a while. And I love how a lot of it really is like, hey, these are the boundaries I am setting here. This is a flirty place, whether you're with someone or not, like, just tell other people that they're attractive. And I love that about Spark, and that he can, like, create a safe environment while setting those boundaries, and it's wonderful. Thank you, Kelly. There are definitely topics that need more awareness. Yeah. Oh, Spark is correcting me. we've been producing. There's one stand-up show that I have been producing with Spark that we've done twice, and we have another one coming up. But he does a whole bunch of other stuff on the side, just like I do other stuff on the side. So I love working with you, Spark. But thank you. I'm not going to like change my entire channel to be a, like a political thing. This is something I think that fits in with the topic of fertility, with my journey. And I think hearing it from someone going through the journey can be powerful. So you know what? While I really love, hearing that it's important to you, I think this is, this is something I'm passionate about. I'm going to keep on, I'm going to incorporate this. Hey, Sammy, great to see you. I was thinking about you this morning, Sammy. Sammy, you should be in school, right? I don't know. I don't know how to say that, but you're 16. Do you do virtual learning during the day? And like, are you in between classes right now? Or do you kind of like multitask all the time? I'm curious. And also, Sammy, I need to know, I want to get a Mac M1. Are there different ones? Because I need to replace my PowerBook, which is like a 2013 or 15. I think 15, but it's too slow. I need an M1. And I think I'm going to get the mini. Thanks, Spark. And smooches to you too. I said smooches at the end of one of my Litas, and I'm like, oh no, I just took that from Spark because you say it and I like it and I stole it. Anyway. You're done with school? Are you like Doogie Howser? You're like kid genius? I wouldn't be surprised. Sammy is super smart, guys. You have the mini? Okay. Awesome. We will talk offline because I want to know. That's good. I know there's been a lot of talk about it. Spark, just because I stole your smooches, don't call the FBI on me. I have an important message that I have to get out about fertility and infertility, okay? If I'm locked up, I can't spread that word. I'm pretty sure they won't let me live stream from prison, okay? It's bad enough. I almost might not get my taxes done on time, and then they're going to lock me up for that. I don't want to do double time. All right. Oh, that's pretty impossible. Awesome. So short days. Oh, but you're also on the East Coast. So you're an hour ahead of me, 3 hours ahead of LSP. I get it. LSP is Live Streaming Pros. Guys, that is the group that I joined back in October so that I can learn how to look this awesome on screen and sound this good. All right. What else do I need to say today? My checklist. Acupuncture, talked about it. Baby Talk and NPR, talked about it. IVF egg retrieval, talked about it. Check, check, check. All right, we'll turn it over to the audience. Any questions for me today, you guys? Am I nervous about egg retrieval? Well, I don't know what to expect because I've heard multiple things about, and I know nobody actually asked me that. I just asked myself that because if I was in the audience, I might ask that. I know, Kelly, but I learned this last year because they extended it last year too because of the pandemic. And then I took that extension and I just filed, I think, in May. And then later in the year, like November, I get a fine from the state of Illinois. And I'm like, what's this fine for? I paid all my taxes. What the heck? And then I kind of ignored it thinking it was one of those like phishing scams, how they like send you something like, oh, you owe this. And so I'm like, I'm not paying. I'm not giving anyone my stuff. And then they sent me another one. They're like, and now you have a late fee. I'm like, oh, so I finally like went online and it was very difficult to find. And guess what? If you don't file for an extension, then you'll get hit with fees for filing late. So if you are planning on filing your taxes late, make sure that you fill out whatever application it is to file late. That's how it is in Illinois. I don't know how it is in the other states, but there you go. I don't think that's the case for federal taxes. Look at this. Now you're learning all about political issues, your taxes, and fertility. One place. But my nervousness for the egg retrieval is all over the place because I've heard from like a lot of people in the Facebook groups that I'm part of that it like they were in pain for days and like that the worst pain came like day 3 or 4. And then other people are like never felt uncomfortable. Some people are like, I just felt uncomfortable that day and then I was fine the next day. So I have no idea what to expect. And that's okay. As I go through it, when I live stream with you guys on Wednesday, I will let you know how I'm feeling because there's a good chance it'll happen on Wednesday. That's what I think. They're going to call me today and let me know for sure. But, if that's the case, I will post an update on the Facebook page, the Baby Talk Facebook page, which If you're not following that Facebook page, the link is in the description if you're watching on YouTube. And if you're watching on Facebook, please make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel. How do you like those plugs? I'm working on it. And then, yeah, so we'll see. We'll see how it is, the pain and everything. Okay. Sammy's helping me out with my tech here. The M1 Mini is more powerful than my PC that you're using with vMix. I've been streaming in 4K and there's been no problems. That is exactly what I need. I'm super excited to hear that. I don't know if there's different M1s, Mac Mini M1s. If there's only one, then I'll just do it. But I saw a price difference. There's like $6.99 through Apple and then like $8.99 or something like that. It was like a $200 difference if I got it from Best Buy. So I didn't understand if there were different models that I should be worrying about, Sammy. Oh my gosh. Spark, I am hyped about the egg retrieval. I am hyped about continuing Lita. I am hyped about, I just rearranged my living room yesterday and I'm pretty hyped about that. I'm going to put up some new shelves so that I can display some artwork on the wall in the living room. And I'm really trying to make home feel like home. So that's what I'm hyped about. And I'm hyped about getting the taxes freaking done. Oh man, now we're getting deep. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. Mom, here we go. Lynn, everyone is different. Don't focus on those negative comments. That's great advice, Mom. You're right. You're absolutely right. And I am trying to stay very positive. I think I've been doing pretty good at that. Sammy's super excited. This is the longest Sammy stayed on one of my streams. Lita! Live every day in April. Guys, I've been going every single day strong. I haven't missed a single day yet. These questions are very tough, too. They're like therapy, I swear. We have to talk about ourselves, our fears, our what we're good at. And we had to do something uncomfortable yesterday. So what I chose to do was teach people something that I don't know how to do on a live stream. And because I think that's the most terrifying thing when I think about my live stream. I'm like, I don't want to teach people things that I don't actually know. Like if I'm trying to remember when I was trying to tell you guys about like the pineapple, and I'm like, oh my God, I did all this research and I still don't know what I'm talking about. That is terrifying for me. It's very uncomfortable. Oh yeah, soccer is starting soon. I'm very excited for that. We'll see if I can actually play though. I don't know though, Kelly, if the over 30 league is going to happen. There's a very good chance we're going to end up in the first division, but I think we'll be okay. The first division's filling up really nicely, so it would be nice to play with a plethora of teams. So one of the Lita days, there was a prompt that was like, what makes you awesome? And I have a really hard time like talking about what's awesome about me. And so what I did is I flipped it. So I asked the audience, just ask me questions like, so that I can tell you. And I feel like Spark is doing that now. What's your favorite thing about myself? That's a tough question. I'm mad that I put that up on the screen because now I feel like I have to answer it. My favorite thing about myself. Ooh. I think I love organizing people for fun. I think that's what I love about me. I think I like bringing people together. I think that's something I'm good at and something I enjoy doing, but I'm learning, and it's intimidating because that seems to be the motive for a lot of people in Lita. So it makes me feel kind of like not really like it's a superpower or anything that I'm actually good at. It just seems like something everybody can do. But outside of Lita, I think that it is special and unique. So I don't know. I love organizing. I think that I'm good at it, and I like that about myself, that I came out in a kind of what everyone says they're an introvert. I think I'm more of an extrovert, and I'm glad that I am who I am because of that. Okay. Sammy's doing the homework here. Okay, let me see what we got. $8.59 for a Mac Mini M1 from Apple. Oh, that's not what I saw online the other day. Is that with the monitor? I don't know that I need a monitor. I might. I don't know. Oh, man. Great. I don't know what this is in response to, though. I'm sorry, but I like it because I can hear Kelly's voice saying it. Great. Oh, my gosh. Who inspires me? Who inspires me? I am easily inspired. when I see people doing something awesome all over the place, I'm like, I want in. I can't say that I can pinpoint one person. Brene Brown, I would say. I don't know if that's like it's a cliche one because it seems like everyone really loves her. I love her interview style. I love how genuine she is, how she listens, how introspective she is, and how she thinks about how people's emotions and minds and everything and leadership work. She's just incredible. Yeah, I love her. Got you. That's what the great was for. Yeah, I know. I think we'll be fine. It's all the same teams that we've been playing for years, and it's not like, I don't know, we'll be okay because they're all getting old too. I don't know why they didn't join the over 30, but it is. Sammy, I've never sold a computer in my life. Like, I use a computer for like until it's barely able to turn on, and that's okay. 16 gigabyte. Yeah, I know I need 16 gigabyte if I want to do good on eCam, especially with interviews. Okay, good to know. Thank you. Alrighty. So maybe the one that I was looking at for the smaller price or the lower price was the 8 gigabyte or smaller gigabyte. Okay, guys. Wow, this was fun. Lots of interactivity. I had great conversation with my parents yesterday. It was really nice catching up with them. Guys, I'm feeling nice. I'm gonna try and ride this pleasant wave and just keep the positivity. Physically, the 32 gigabytes all in ones for a Mac Spark? For the M1 mini Mac Mini? Do they have a 32 gigabyte? Sammy would know. Oh yeah, Sammy's saying yes. Oh, HP and Dell. Look how techy we're getting here. HP and Dell, but you seen sold on Mac. So excited to see what's what. Yeah, and I got my my Alienware last year, and I am so happy with it. That's what I run vMix on, and it can handle everything. Like, never had an issue. There's no 32 gigabyte Mac Mini, says Sammy. Oh my gosh, I love how my channel's about fertility, but like 90% of my viewers today are male. I think it's just Kelly and my mom are the only females here. It's incredible. I'm just so in love with this everything and talking with you guys and that we interact. It's fun. This is wonderful. All right, I'm going to sign off. I have to do my taxes, and what that looks like for me is sorting through all of my papers and trying to find this one particular tax form that my mortgage company should have sent. That's where I've been stuck for like a week and a half, is looking for this one form. I'll leave you with two physical updates. One is that my follicles feel so big inside me. I feel like I'm carrying around 2 bunches of grapes like in my lower abdomen. It's very uncomfortable. It feels very bloated, like I should be farting all over the place, but it's not gas. Oh, Kristen, you're catching the oops, hold on. Sorry, I went to go put up Kristen's, but then Sammy snuck in there. The Mac M1 is more powerful, just have to say it, than the Alienware. We'll see. I will let you know. I'll be able to come on your channel, Sammy, and I'll be able to give my #1 opinion, or first opinion. Kristen, you're catching us live. Welcome. Hello. I was just saying how egg retrieval will be happening probably on Wednesday. So, very bloated feeling when your eggs are all full, or your follicles are all full. I have a 20, a 19, and 18, a whole bunch. It's if I had to count, I think there's something like between 5 and 8 that are good, and I'm really hoping that we get up to like 10 good follicles by the time we get to retrieval. They'll be calling with my numbers anytime now. And then I've been giving my injections. I've been doing 4 a day. Let's see. I'm gonna try this again. So the bruising's happening a little bit more. And I have to wear something with an elastic band because, I don't know if you can hear me, but I'm wearing an elastic band because everything's getting very, tight if I wear my jeans. So I'm just keeping it loose, keeping it comfy. All right, guys, for real, I'm signing off. Thank you so much for hanging out with me this afternoon. I really hope that you have a wonderful day. I can't wait to see you in a couple days and give you another update. And that's it. All right, Spark, this is from you and for everybody. Smooches. Did I do that right? Okay. All right, bye, guys. See you later. Baby dust. Bye.
Stay that square. You're beyond compare.